dinner with vegetables. So for our vegetables, we got broccoli, we got cauliflower. Steak has been seasoned last night with salt, pepper, and garlic powder. So we'll set that up to the side and let it come to room temperature. So, before we get started in earnest, yeah, I used that word right. It's been a long day, so I'm gonna make a drink. So, we got a glass, we got a measuring cup, we got tequila. Let's go ahead, get that started. 1, 2. Just in case the green tea makes me too zen-like, you know? Alright. Put that away so I don't get tempted to get back into it later. Alright, so we got that. We got some sugar. We got a measuring spoon. Good spoonful. Get the sugar out of the way so I'm not tempted to get into that later. Good evening, Lance. How you doing tonight? Can you hear me okay without too much of an echo? Trying a new spot tonight. So cut the lime in half, cut that in half, and we are going to juice the lime. You could use a fancy thing. I'm just going to use my fingers. Alright. Squeezed. I need a trash plate, don't I? Trash bowl. And the same thing with this lime. Squeeze that in good. Alright. We'll top it off with green tea here. Sure. Okay, I'll figure something out to take care of the echo, but I'm going to order a little induction burner so I can do it here and maybe put some foam up on the walls or something to take care of the echo. What's going on, Fortnite? And we're going to stir that up. Aloha, Mr. Troll. Welcome back. Oh, hey, Reagan. How you doing? Gyoza, steak, and vegetables. That'd be great. I would love that. But I know that's an empty promise because you don't got the $100 to spare either. What's going on? I need to make my screen bigger here. But give it the taste test. Sorry, cranky Frankie, my bad. But, alright, so we're gonna make gyoza or little dumplings or whatever. Good morning, I'm good. So we're gonna take this cabbage and we're just gonna dice it up. We're gonna take the bottom off because we don't need that. We're just gonna go through. Now when you chop fast, you can watch your fingers out. You don't want to cut anything off. You know, fingers are useful. Oh, welcome back, Powerpuff. How are you doing today? We can start fresh now, you know. Gyoza, steak, vegetables. trying to keep the hard part of the cabbage out of it. Yeah, pretty good day at work. Yeah, well, I'm sorry about your rabbit situation. I'm trying not to get too much of the core in there. I mean, core is all crunch without any flavor. Well, a little bit of crunch is okay though. So I'm just gonna get rid of that because that's all core. So is that for the most part. Well, that's all right. This looks all right. Yeah, Air Force. Nope, just a home cook, you know. Just somebody who's fat and happy and enjoys cooking, so you know. Huh. Yeah, that was a good one, wasn't it, Warrior? What's going on, Fluffy Bunny? Yeah, cooking's good. It's a life skill. Yeah, it's ridiculously expensive. I mean, there's other option of just practicing and working your way up, I guess. I mean, yeah. So I got my cabbage all chopped. You know, if I was really gonna go at it vigorously. Oh, happy birthday. What number is it? So I got that all chopped up enough, and pudgy bro, what the troll said. Yeah, you know, something like that, you know. Now, what's worse, you know, fat, pudgy, or husky? Oh, thank you, Functional. Back in the living room, you know, I'm getting closer back to my roots on the couch. Yeah, we're not talking politics tonight. You know, it's going to be a shit show somewhere tomorrow. Oh, anyways. All right. So I'm going to take a plastic bag. You know, we'll just pretend they're not shit bags from the dogs, but you're going to go ahead, put your cabbage in it. You know, you need about 2 bags for this amount. You'll see why here in a second. I must have missed that, you know, Cranky. I'm glad to see you back. I really am. I feel like we're still storming and cementing our relationship. Thank you, Richard. You know, you gotta figure out how to get rid of the echo and get a burner that's not gonna set my house on fire, but I think this setup is much better overall. Yeah, so I got my cabbage in these 2 bags, all right? Oh, konnichiwa, genki desu ka? Sorry, you know, I can't read kanji for shit. Although that's hiragana, I guess. Yeah, well, we're gonna educate you. I like train the trolls up. Yeah. All right, so you got your cabbage in here. You're going to take a big handful of salt, literally a handful. I am in my living room in Hawaii. Salt goes into the bag. Handful of salt goes in the other bag. Inside the bag we got chopped cabbage. Absolutely, I love the chaos. So now you're just going to massage that salt around. Get it all in that cabbage. Yeah, we'll work on it. I mean, you gotta remember your roots. Alright. what that salt is going to do, it's not only going to flavor the cabbage and make it nice and salty, it's also going to get the water content to come out of the cabbage. Hey, the nice thing about being a military, as long as you're not doing anything illegal and you show up to work on time, you can pretty much do whatever you want. You know. Well, sounds like you had a rough day at Taco Bell, Mr. Oxlong. It's nice to have you back here. Alright. So we're gonna give that, yeah. So then we're gonna just squeeze the moisture out. See all that water coming out of there? I'm gonna scoop the little escape cabbage out there. Back in there, soldier. Gyoza. What's going on, Jacob? Hoorah! All right. Just getting that drain out. Yeah, well, not a whole lot of butter tonight. I'm sorry. I'll use maybe 2 tablespoons of butter. We got most of the water drained out of that. Let's make sure no more. And the longer you let the salt sit on that cabbage, the more water will come out of it. What's going on? Welcome back, Lady Wiser, or the wise lady Diane. We are making gyoza and still working on the family pack of tri-tip here. Got some cauliflower and broccoli. Now, fortunately, I got many miles of Pacific Ocean between me and any craziness, so we'll see what happens. I don't know, what are your all apocalypse plans? Worst case comes to worst, they'll steal a sailboat and learn how to sail. Yeah, so we can get that out of there. Yeah, there's a lot of mess going on. Let's see, we got a fancy mixing bowl tonight. More or less, yeah, you pay my salary, assuming you work. Oh no, not plastic bag cooking. Well, yeah. Get your cabbage out. Wieners! Wieners! But yeah, I mean, you want to get as much of that moisture out of the cabbage as you can. Ah, no, technically I work for the Constitution and you just have to pay me. Yeah, well, that's easier said than done, you know? But if I could find a magic way to make them stop barking on command, I would, but that's difficult. Okay. So, this is what I got going on there. That's cabbage, it's salted, and I got a good amount of the moisture out of there. So, we got some ground beef. It's been, yeah, well, the neighbor needs to know to shut the, be quiet. Maybe tomorrow, alright, okay, but not tonight. It's already gonna be a mess at work, no matter who wins. But yeah, so probably about a pound of ground beef or equal in volume to the amount of cabbage. So the ground beef's only a couple days old, but it has been exposed to oxygen, and that's why it has turned colors. Meat's not rotted. Give it the smell test. It's not rotted. It's good. Because if you did, the reason that it's turned color is just because it's been exposed to oxygen, And it's not great meat to begin with, so, Groot. Alright. So, got that. I'm making a mess. I'm gonna probably have to stop and clean halfway here, because I don't want cabbage all over the floor. But no, this is ginger. You can use ginger. I'm sorry about that. Let's see if I can make it better. Whoops. Okay, any better? Ah, yeah, you're probably gripping too hard, Lao Wei. But, I mean, as long as you don't, beat yourself raw, I guess keep doing what makes you happy. What would there be cross-contamination here? I'm going to deep fry those little dumplings anyways, and they'll kill anything in there. Yeah, good thing I'm not trying to pass the health code. If I was opening a restaurant, that would be different. But I don't get sick. Honestly, the smell test does a pretty good job of keeping you healthy. So what? Take the ginger. We want a nice, healthy amount of ginger in there. Oh, guess what? I touched ginger without washing my hands. Okay, Alright, we're trying to find a sweet spot here, folks. Either that or I need to just get a microphone. That'll make things, yeah. Exactly. Thank you, functional. But, you know, ginger is going in. And if you really like ginger, just don't be shy and really pile it on. So I'm going to give a little bit more. See, ginger. Gyoza and steak dinner. It's cranky, getting weird. Good enough. Now you got ginger. You need to give it its no bacon and calabrese tonight. And cranky, I doubt you even have a favorite brand of toilet paper because your mother probably buys it every time for you. If you get in a situation when you're out on the john, man, you just holler for mom and she brings you a roll of that Charmin, you know? Yeah, either way, you know, whatever you call it. We got our garlic. We're gonna get a couple cloves out, and we're gonna get the peel off, and we're gonna grate those as well. Well, you know what? You're not really saving any more money out of that because you use twice as much of the cheap stuff as if you just got good toilet paper to begin with. I mean, let's be honest. Yep. So let's just go ahead and peel this up. Ready to put in the fire nine? What's the fire nine? Alright, we know you're not married, cranky. Now, are you on team, but if you are you on team Dollar Tree or are you on team Charmin, you know? Yeah, that would have to reach all the way over there. And now's not to be the time to be killing free speech, you know. Ooh, what's galangal? I haven't heard of that one. Turmeric I've heard of. I'm not a particular fan of it, so I don't use it a whole lot. Making gyoza, and then I'm gonna make dinner, you know. There are not many cranky old guys self-identify as troll, alright? They're just being themselves, so that was a giveaway, buddy. I got the garlic all peeled up. Let's make some space. Let's use the backside of the knife, and I'm just gonna brush all this off in the dustbin in a little bit. Yeah, I mean, we're also asking for microplastic from laundry detergent. So pick your poison. But I can put this cutting board in the dishwasher, so that's kind of cool. All right, yeah, that's fair. Microplastics, you know. Probably as you talk from your North Face jacket, and everything in your house is made of plastic. Everything in your car. Yeah, I don't think a plastic cutting board is going to kill me. Yeah, well, that kind of makes her a pedophile then, if she really believes that. Alright, so I got the garlic. We're just going to grate that up. I'm not going to go quite down to the nubs because I don't want to grate my fingers. You could obviously also use garlic powder or ginger powder, but it wouldn't be as good as using it fresh. You can also dump these in a food processor if you have one of those, but hey, you know what, Mr. No, I agree that wood's better, but that's currently dirty and I didn't feel like rinsing it right at this moment because I was using chicken and I know not to mix raw chicken with anything else. Yeah, that'll make Cranky happy. All right. I'll do some research about the plastic cutting board issue. All right. Normally I use a wood one, but I want to use the big one here. But but the real important thing to remember is the microplastics are not going to kill me today, and they're not going to make me shit my pants tomorrow. So I'll give you credit on the microplastic, and maybe next paycheck I'll get a nice big old woody present to myself cutting board. All right, and I expect you to be back here telling me, oh, what a nice woody you have there. Yeah, I'm so glad to see you working that knife on that cutting board. Okay, they've done studies on this as well, that if you wash a wooden cutting board, it's no worse than any other type of cutting board for cross-contamination. I am 100% in agreement with No Reply that wooden cutting boards are superior in almost every way. The only thing that plastic cutting boards have an advantage is, or silicone for that matter, is you can throw them in the dishwasher. Alright, so ginger, garlic, ground beef, cabbage. There's plenty of salt in it from, appreciate you stopping by, Luke. Yeah, you know what? Cranky, you're running out of the leash tonight. Yeah, sorry, Luke. I'm glad you stopped by, though. We're gonna just take the black pepper. We're gonna give that a good amount of that. Alright, we got that in there. Now there's plenty of salt in there already. Soy sauce has a lot of salt in it, but it is pretty flavorful. So we're going to dump some of that in there. And then we're going away from the Japanese style here, but I'm going to add some Serrano in there for some kick, all right? All right, you know, send me the link and maybe I'll get one, all right? I mean, honestly, IKEA has some decent wooden cutting boards that are pretty good. One Serrano, and that goes. We're going to use about 1/4 of an onion. Gyoza. So, you know those kind of little dumpling things? Yes, fine. All right, here's what we're looking at. Oh man, you would like these though. So let's go ahead. Now that we got everything in there, let's stir it all together. I mean, you're gonna have to use your hands eventually on this. And that's why I'm not so worried about the cross-contamination earlier, because everything's going in the same pot. Yeah, very similar. Probably my meat to cabbage ratio is a little high, but I prefer, what's going on, Pork Chop? Alright, looks like we're moving to wooden. You know, no reply has sold me on the value of wooden cutting boards. It'll be a slow transition, you know. Maybe he'll buy me a wooden cutting board. That would be cool. Mash it all together. Alright, this is kind of what you're working with. Yeah, it looks great, doesn't it? Now, give me half a moment to clean up my workspace here, and then we will get fancy. I'm just going to take this over to the trash can and dump it out. Oh, look what I got here! I'm going to wipe all this up. Oh, this is trash too, so I can throw this in. Welcome back, JFK. You missed a good one last night. We're just going to go straight off the table into the dustbin. There we go. And set this off to the side. I'll worry about it later. Oh, but we're done with the cutting board for now. YouTube hates. I like JFK's handle. Yeah, cats can have a purpose there. Let's go ahead. I usually like putting a cloth down or paper towel down like that, and that keeps things from sliding around too much. Yes, it is a Roomba, but unfortunately the dogs don't like it, so I can only turn it on while I'm walking the dogs. Oh, I lied. I do need a cutting board, actually. Okay. Got here. I'm going to go ahead and put down some wax paper. I would change that to, I wonder if he's ever had sex with anyone, male or female. But that's probably why his alleged wife calls him a 5-year-old. So just fold that over there, fold it around the back side. Good, we got our working platform here. Where'd my spoon go? Damn it. And you took it to the other room. That's unfortunate. Okay. So you got here's your like gyoza wrapper, pretty oh man, what'd he say? So you got your little wrapper here. Take about a spoonful. That's a big spoonful. I don't want quite that much here. So then you're going to take your fingers and you're going to moisten it. Hey, you could be a lefty, Lady Wiser. And then I'm just going to fold it over, press it together, and then just kind of, oh man, last time I did this I had my Japanese girlfriend with me at the time and it made it so much easier. But you're just going to fold over the top. I mean, I did put the link to the short 2-minute version of or the 3-minute version of this recipe. If you all prefer just to go click on that, get your information without all the weird shit, feel free. But yeah, that didn't quite work out. But, you know, maybe this one will be better. A little bit smaller in our meat section, or our filling. You know, finger the outside of it with your moist fingers there. And you're going to fold it together, give it a squeeze, and then just kind of pull in little pieces towards the middle as you pinch it. And then do the same thing on the other side. Yeah, I'm gonna have to refresh. I should have watched my own video before yeah, I'm making these look terrible, but you know, I guess they're just little dumplings now. There, come in together. Oh, there we go. There's the technique coming back. Whatever. They're gonna work. You know, it's gonna be fine. It's been a while since I've done this. Let's see, squeeze, pull together, 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 squeeze, pull together. All right, whatever. You know, we're making dumplings at this point. Oh, functional, coming down from the top row. Welcome, Sweden. I mean, ultimately, if the dumplings are the same size, they're going to cook at the same rate. If they got the same surface area, well, being that I'm going to deep fry these, it does not matter. Oh, this was a 2-for-1. That was a mistake. All right. So we're going to squeeze. All right. They'll look better after they're deep fried, you know. I'm not too worried about it. All right, thanks, Cranky. You know, enjoy kindergarten. But yeah, there's gonna be a whole lot of this for the next little bit. What's going on, Dom? How you doing? Document these nuts. All right, we'll see. You know, put your money on who you think's gonna win, and good for you. You know, I'm not talking politics tonight. I'm not drunk enough for that. Nah, Air Force, buddy. It's not like, you know, if I was Army or Marines, that'd be reheated MRE, you know. Oh, there we go. That's what I'm after. That was a good one. Got the technique down again. So that's something about cooking, you know, like a lot of it, you know, just comes after a little bit of practice. So fold in half, give it a little bit of squeeze together, and then to get that foldy pattern, you just kind of fold it like that, and come to the other side and fold it in, and you know, once you do this 10,000 times, or you grow up doing it, you're a little bit better than it. But you know, I think this is the second time in my life and the first time in 5 years I've done these. Yeah, but you can throw them in the freezer, and then they're good for a while, and then you can just pop them out. I mean, they do store pretty good. I mean, this is a perfect situation for child labor. And I mean, if you have children and they're not laboring, then you need one of these wooden spoons to keep the help moving. I was dating a Japanese girl. I was living in Japan at the time. Oh yeah, now we're in the groove. Now it's coming back to me. As long as they're the same size, it'll be fine. And you get a good seal. What's going on, JFK? Now, aircraft maintenance. So really, only specialty in the Air Force where we can say we get sweaty. Guess that's not true. You know, the cops are always sweaty too. Yeah, but they're not as good. And who knows what's in the frozen, and you're kind of beholden to the supermarket, and who knows what type of bullshit they've put in there. I thought you were going to bed cranky. Oh, baby. All right. This is what we're going for. This is a good one. Yeah, well, welcome back. I appreciate you all being here. I'm kind of shocked that you don't have anything better to do than watch me make gyoza, but you know, hey. Glad to have you. Anyone just joining, it's beef, cabbage, ginger, garlic, a little bit of onions. If you got nira or garlic chives, you really should use that. I didn't, so I substituted just regular onions. You could also use green onions, would be a better sub, but you know. Oh man, it's like it's got some sort of third world connection. Not third world, Sixth Sense. Oh man, you can tell the shitty first ones that I've done, but now, oh yeah, we're grooving. This is gonna be a girthy one. The vineyard, what's going on? Marty McFly, how you doing? Ooh, I'm gonna fry these babies. I mean, because I still got oil from last night. Last night I made some kind of like crab cakes, but they turned out to, I made them a little bit smaller into little golf ball sized crab cakes, and then I deep fried them. So they were pretty good. So I still got that oil on the stove that I'm gonna reuse tonight. I'm sure that's gonna send some of you in a conniption, but well, I'm not sure what prompted that comment, JFK, but good for you. I mean, I guess you're a shower, not a grower. That's okay. Well, no shit, because there's flour in it. Because I've been using that as my moisturizer for these egg wrappers. Duh. That's not drinking water. And being that I'm from about 45 minutes away from Flint, the only city that makes Lansing look good, I resent that. No. So hold it. Just kind of pinch it towards the middle like that, and then come back on the other side and get a good seal. All right, well, tell her, you know, tell them we say hello. Oh yeah, if I knew how to do that, that'd be cool. Back to again, if you got child labor available, that would be a great function for them to read out the comments. Or, you know, have your children make the dumplings, and then you could read the comments yourself. The best part about these is cook some wings you torta. Ah, genki desu. 私の日本語を悪いです。すみません。Yeah, I wish I could read what that guy was saying, or girl, I don't know, because I know they would have some tips for me. Can you also give me some Nikes while you're there functional? Size 9. I do love Nike being the morality police while they, you know, use sweatshops. See if we can get kind of like an assembly line going here. A little extra water. And then where's my scooper? That's gonna be too girthy. Need a bigger wrapper for that amount of meat. Oh yeah, you know, and I know she's like got like the Triple R has the playbook what we need right now. You know, I really should study a little bit harder on Duolingo. You know, like Italian. Like I lived in Italy for 2 years and I lived in Japan for 2 years. Like part of the issue was COVID, and part of the issue was Italian's a whole lot easier to learn than Japanese. But I have forgotten every little bit of Japanese I learned, other than Hajimemashite, nice to meet you, Toilet wa doko desu ka? Beer o kudasai. I remember that one. Give me a beer, please. Yeah, somebody's need to take one for a team. I'm in Hawaii right now. Hey, Chernobyl's not a NATO problem. That's a Ukraine problem. Believe it or not, this is kind of therapeutic, but it would be a lot more therapeutic to watch a bunch of children do it and maintain the rate of flow using a wooden spoon, you know. Nope, never made it to Korea. It was during COVID, so traveling out of the country and getting back in would have been very difficult. So it was kind of a bummer being there during COVID because you had like all the negatives of living in a giant city without any of the positives. But nature was great. The skiing was great. The hiking was good. The 7-Elevens were amazing. I mean, talk about the best toilets in the world. If you know, you know. But yeah, there's a lot that I feel like I missed out on living there during COVID. Yeah, potentially JFK, you know. I thought we had already, I don't know if you know, but we already started with our video from last week, JFK. Oh, that's a little bit too much for me. Oh yeah, this is what happens when you don't put enough meat into it. Oh man, that's getting weird. Well, have you ever been to Japan? If you've been to Japan, you know Japan has the best toilets in the world. What's going on, Devapa? How's your night going? All right, bringing in India. All right. Well, I think the traditional toilet is just a hole in the ground. I mean, I'm talking modern toilets. I don't think their holes in the ground are any better than anywhere else's, but their modern toilets are amazing. Yeah, we're not talking politics tonight. Maybe tomorrow. Oh no. The Japanese toilets have built-in bidets. They play soothing music, seat warmers. Not all modern toilets are equal. The Japanese toilets are far superior. And like you think, okay, I'm going into a 7-Eleven bathroom. Oh my God, this is gonna be awful. But spotless, every single one. Uh-oh, that's a new one. Welcome. Is that China or Korea? I'm not sure, but welcome. Oh my God, the water sprayer is nice, you know, and there's no manual labor involved. I mean, it just does it automatically, but it just knows the perfect time. I mean, and there's a button so it doesn't get, it doesn't surprise you. Oh yeah. I am a cultured American. Thanks for joining JFK. It was good to have you here. Huh. Well, it's not during, it's after functional. I mean, during would be counterproductive. And then the best part is I got kind of like a blow dryer built in afterwards. Trust me, if you're not familiar, you need to watch the Modern Marvels episode on the History Channel on toilets. I'll provide some education. But I think we've covered that topic in depth. Oh, what's going on, Patrick? He's just trolling. What's new in New Zealand today? It's called Gyoza. I mean, they're just little dumplings, is all what they are. Dumplings, pot stickers, gyoza, whatever you want to call them. Traditionally made with pork and cabbage. Garlic nira, or nira was just garlic chives. A little bit too much beef in this taco. And if you put too much beef in it, it'll be hard to close. And then when you deep fry it, it'll just fall apart. Yeah. It was 80 Fahrenheit here in sunny, so I don't know, what is that, like 32 C? Yeah, I'll make dipping sauce for this. What I'm just gonna do is soy sauce, maybe like rice vinegar or lemon juice, one of the two. A little bit of chili. If I had sesame oil, I would use that, but I'll just put a little bit of olive oil, and just garlic and ginger. So it'll be pretty much the same. It'll be a complementary flavor to what's on the inside of them. Ooh, that's a good one. Yeah. I mean, same basic concept. You need something salty, you need something acidic, and then whatever other seasonings you like to put it, whether that's garlic, whether that's ginger, whether that's some sort of chili oil. Dude, well, would really give her a heart attack if she saw that I chopped up some Serrano pepper and threw into the mix. But um, but if she wants to see the traditional video made by a real local, the link's in the description. And that version is like 3 minutes long. Dude, they got like 4 alphabets. They got the kanji, they got the hiragana, they got the katakana, and sometimes they use English. So that's 4. As you can see, you can make a lot of these for pretty cheap. All right. We really need to know what that translation says. I'm really curious how badly we're screwing this dumpling making process up. But then again, maybe she floated a marriage proposal for me, so. That's a good one. All right, functional, get on it. Oh my God, yeah, Arabic, yeah. Good luck on that one. And I think you Arabs can eat this one because they didn't use any pork in it. So traditionally, these are made with pork. I just love that we're going to take Functional's word that whatever he or she is saying is accurate. So you could really have some fun with us. Well, somebody get on Google Translate, type in translate to English and Google Translate, and then copy and paste it into the chat bar. Either that or we're relying on Functional to Either that, or we're all gonna have to study our asses off on Duolingo. What is probably not gonna help us tonight. Yeah, I gotta get better at researching what is considered halal and kosher and all that, and so I can kind of at least give a substitute or, yeah, well, Tyler, ooh, that's rough. If it's so shameful, why is she searching how to make gyoza? Ooh. Yeah, well. You know, I was really counting on you functional to come through in the clutch on this one. Oh, this is going. That one's a little too girthy. Just shrink it. Yeah, that one sucked. Oh well. A little bit, you know. It started off the year trying to do like a 2,000 calorie a day diet to lose some weight, and it worked. But then I, kind of stopped following it. Overall, I'm still down like 10 pounds on the year, so progress. Oh man, you're cheating on the test, functional. That over here to be a little bit more ergonomic. We got probably about 10 more. We're gonna run out of space. Hey, the way I see it, y'all can have your own soft background music on in the background. Listen to whatever you like, and I don't have to worry about copyright. So, yeah. We'll finish off this tray, and then we'll move on to cooking the steak, broccoli, and vegetables. Triple R. Shit. I forget how to say thank you. Onegaishimasu. No, that's please, but it might be like aloha, where please and thank you. That's very nice of her. I'm glad she's giving encouraging words. I don't know, if AI starts producing music, we're screwed. I mean, isn't it? Yeah. Maybe I'll make these in a gyoza, or maybe I'll use it as my breakfast protein tomorrow. I'm undecided, but what I do know is I'm hungry. So, yeah, AI sucks, not a fan. But I think it's time to move to the kitchen for now. Eventually we'll be out here full time. Or maybe do it at the beach, But let's transition to the kitchen. Alright, hopefully I didn't lose anybody. Oh man, is it better with that on or with it off? On. It's better with it off. Let's turn that on. Let's make that a little bit warmer. Oh yeah. That'll work. That'll work. Oh. Off. Okay. Alright, here we go. Ooh, is it? Okay. So let's get that oil preheating. And then we're also going to need to cook our steak and vegetables. So I got my green tea here. Let's do the oil. Kind of back burner action here. Let's turn that on. And then we'll do some stuff over here. We can turn that on though. Find a nice spot for these out of the way. There's a steak, hopefully, oh, nice chat. Hey, Patrick, it was good to see you here. Hewa, sure I pronounced that wrong. I agree. You definitely do not need a lot of oil to fry dumplings. A lot of the time I like to just sprinkle a little bit of oil on, fry the dumplings, then add water up to about 1/3 of the way up the dumpling. And I put a lid on it and then I steam them. But I mean, we can try 2 different methods. Y'all can watch and tell me if the deep fried ones look better or the pan fried ones look better. Oh, you're still hanging out, Lance? I had no idea. Okay, so I got the oil heating up. While that does its thing, let's prep our vegetables here. Is there a way to fry? Yeah, we'll do both. We'll do both, and we'll do a compare and contrast situation. Broccoli, I just like to do that. Oh, I need to get my paper plates and stuff out of the other room. Broccoli is really easy. We're just going to do that. Just kind of separate the florets into reasonable size. Chop the broccoli up into reasonable size pieces. Just like that. And then, honestly, that's enough vegetables for tonight. You know, we'll save the cauliflower for maybe tomorrow. Maybe we'll rice it, but set this off to the side. Oh man, hold on, I gotta find my little container for dipping sauce here. Alright, we're back here. Alright. Let's make our dipping sauce for these here. Cursing or caressing her grandma functional? Because either way, I'm not sure that's going to go over too well. But hey, grandmas need loving too. Yeah, I got... Yeah, the boys at work are probably going to get some pot stickers. So, hey. Well, I don't know, you know. Maybe you are caressing your grandmother. I mean, either way, you know, I've made worse translation mistakes. Yeah. So for our dipping sauce, caress grandma. Yeah, well, you know, probably to go counsel her grandmother, you know. So we're going to put in some soy sauce in there. This would be a great time to put in some sesame oil if you have it, and if you like the sesame flavor. I think sesame oil kind of sucks, so I generally don't have it, but for certain recipes it's pretty good. So I don't really want the olive oil flavor in that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a neutral oil. So we're going to give a little bit of avocado oil in there. You can also use peanut or whatever you want. I think canola sucks, so I generally don't use. Consent is consent, you know. Let's see here. And I'm just going to take a garlic clove. I think there's enough ginger in the. I don't think so. I mean, a mother, but not a grandmother. So yeah, let's just grate our garlic and get all the broccoli mess out of the way. You don't want that in your sauce here. Minced garlic. You know what? I think that's plenty of garlic, actually. Hey, there's no substitute for experience. A little bit of chili powder in there. That's it. Let's go ahead and mix this up. So we're just going to mix it up. Forgot to put the rice vinegar in there. And that's our dipping sauce. She lives back in the States. She lives in Pennsylvania right now. Alright. So do we want to do the side-by-side gyoza comparison first, and then I'll cook the steak and vegetables? Yes, let's do that. So, go ahead and throw that on medium, let that preheat. We're going to have to find a lid that goes with that. Not as perfect mate, but that'll work. Too small. Yeah, we'll use that one. Now, don't you hate it, like when you go to the store for like one item and you end up getting a bunch of other bullshit and forget that one item like 4 times in a row going to the store? That's kind of my life with paper towels right now. Honolulu, Hawaii. What's going on, Adam? How you doing? My name's Andy. Oh man, we didn't get to say sayonara to RRR. Penny, get out of here. Oh yeah, it's that time of the night. We all gotta eat. Whatchamacallits. Heck yeah, cooking time. Not every day. Uh, and I just moved here, so I'm not really settling in my routine with work and stuff. But every day I'm able. I enjoy cooking. Live by myself, and I don't like eating alone. So here we are. Now, I'm going to test that my oil's preheated, not with the thermometer because that's bush league. I'm going to drop a little bit of flour in and watch how quickly it sizzles up and make a judgment call on whether or not it is ready for deep frying. Okay, it sizzles up right away, so it's ready to go. Alright, so I got to find a nice way, gentle way to put my gyoza in. So let's get a plate full of them. Okay, cucini? Like what, puppies? Or what am I cooking? Filippone. Ciao mio amico, come stai? Okay, so these are ready to go. So let's go ahead and drop a couple in here. Ciao bello. Mio italiano è molto male perché non posso pratico molto. Ma ho abito vicino a Sicilia per 2 anni. Sì? No, non carbonara stasera. Giapponese. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're not going to overload the pan. Oh, grazie mio amico. Ho bisogno pratico. So we're going to let those deep fry, and then I'm going to pull those out when they're golden brown. Baby zebra ball sack. That's an interesting recipe, Sean. No. I'm white, Northern European, Welsh, English, German, that type of thing. No. Not in Japan. I'm in Hawaii, but I lived in Japan for 2 years. Now, we gotta fry these until they're golden brown, but we do have to cook them long enough so the beef inside cooks. Ciao, Marco. Good to see you back there. Yeah, so... yeah, learned a little bit of each stop. Hey, thanks, Carrie. I'm glad to see you stop in. Fried tacos are always good. Uncle Sam, buddy. No comment on South Korea. I've never been there. Meanwhile, we got to do the other tester here. Those are doing good. Here's where it gets complicated that I don't screw up. Yeah, Air Force. Let's put a little bit of avocado oil. This would be a great time for sesame oil, but I don't have it. A little bit of oil in there. Swirl it around. Now this pan's preheated good. I can tell by feeling it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, where's my lid? We're gonna let the water get up a third of the way up the gyoza. And we're gonna put the lid on. And honestly, you could put all the gyoza all close together. Hold on. And then flip it all at once, but we're just gonna steam it. It'll be good. And maybe one night I'll make deep fried ball sacks for y'all, Instead of filling egg wrappers, what you do is you take chicken skins and fill those with like a dumpling filling, and then you deep fry them and they look exactly like ball sacks. Move these aside. We got a lot going on over here. Those look good. So let's go ahead and pull those out. And you really should use paper towel for that, but I didn't buy any at the store. Concur, but I already had the oil. But you don't get them like this without deep frying. Alright, now we can put another couple in there gently. Don't be afraid of the oil, but know which way the oil is going to splash. Uncle Sam. Uncle Sam tells me where to go, and I go. I'll put a couple more gyoza in there. Yeah, we got a supermarket on base. I do most of my shopping on base. But hey, this is hot, so sorry about the lighting situation, but as you can see, nice, crispy, golden brown. Now gyoza, dumplings, pot stickers, whatever you want to call it. Same, but different. Give those a little stir once in a while. We're going to see how the fried ones work out, First time trying to make steamed ones on a stainless steel pan, but I'm hopeful. But come on, don't tell me those don't look amazing. Yeah, well, okay. If you've tried that and you're telling me they're delicious, I'm going to give it a try, Sean69. Hey, I believe in live and let live, and you can't knock it till you try it. Oh, thank you, Eric. And I appreciate the concept, or compliment. Alright, so we got these done. Let's go ahead and kill the heat. And I don't want it splattering all over, so let's look at how our steamed ones did. So, alright, you gotta be careful when you're putting water in there. So, alright. Oh! Drop my towel in my dipping sauce. Oh well. Worst case scenario, make more, right? Suck my balls, Alex. You know? Doesn't get much healthier than a good steak, you know? Yeah, that's one strategy. Ooh. So here's the steamed one, you know, a little bit different texture. Probably a little bit healthier. Ooh. But if you don't preheat your pan properly, it might stick. So you might as well, I mean, until you practice a little bit, you might as well use a non-stick pan, but then you get all the weirdos about Teflon and this and that. Personally, I think stainless steel cooks better, but, you know. So, let's move some stuff out of the way over here. Anything you put in hot oil is going to be hot, so just remember that. Get some chopsticks out here. Let those cool off because those are going to be smoking hot. Let's get our steak cooking so we don't have to watch forever, you know. Let's go ahead and preheat that. What's wrong with that, Sean? That could be good. Give it a little dip. That's what the inside of that looks. Nice, crispy, delicious. Okay. Yeah, I did put a little bit of oil on the bottom, Haywa, but, you know, I think the water in it stuck. All right, Sean, that's enough. That's a little bit over the top, buddy. Preheating our pan now. We're gonna cook our steak in there. And then after that, we're gonna pull the steak out, allow it to rest, cook our broccoli in the same pan. You find kind of like the Gyoza wrappers, they usually keep them in the freezer or whatever, or cooler. Yeah, I got 2 of them, you know, and they want me to pay the food tax, right, the cheese tax right now, but I'm not gonna pay the cheese tax right now. Yeah. Yeah, of course, Alex. Alright. Waiters! Alright. This one is to survive in this election one way or another. Cheers. Oh, God, no. Mechanic. That's offensive. Penny and Kiko. The one barking is Penny. And then the bigger one is it's tequila. Cheers. Alright. Just to show that I'm cultured and can do it. Oh, whoa, 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 the other glass. Oh, lime juice, green tea, sugar, and tequila. The benefits are good. Depends what rank, how long you've been in, all that type of stuff. The GI Bill is really an amazing thing that doesn't get talked about enough. Uh, you can trade 4 years and then really set yourself up for life afterwards if you only want to do 4 years, or you can make it a career. And sugar. Well, the military's taken me all over the world. Learned to ski, been to some really cool places. I got some complaints, but overall positive experience. Well, so we're going in with some avocado oil. Give it a couple little swirls. Really, this pan is really stretching the limit on being big enough for it, but it'll get the job done. Just barely. They are 5 and 6, and they're Datsuns. Concur. Yeah, if you can make it to 20 and get a military retirement, you're pretty much set. Then you can live anywhere in the world and still draw benefits. So I'm going to give it about 3.5 minutes aside, and that should be probably medium rare-ish. Oh yeah, a good snug fit feels pretty good sometimes, doesn't it? Alright. So let's go ahead and try the steamed gyoza here. Dip in the sauce so it's all equal. So the two big differences are, obviously, and you can tell by looking, that one's got a soft exterior, that one's crispy. This one didn't take in a whole lot of oil, this one's good, this one did. Well, I live on base, so I come home during lunch most days, but yeah, they're dogs, so if they don't make it home, they're fine, but usually I can come home and let them out at lunch, and they keep each other company, that's why I have 2 of them. Now, use whatever you have, but ground meat, doesn't matter. Chicken, pork, beef, but this is beef, cabbage, garlic, ginger, a little bit of onion, I put a little bit of Serrano in. But ground beef, cabbage, and then whatever else you want to add, more or less. What's going on, Sarah? How you doing? And the dipping sauce is soy sauce, rice vinegar, garlic, and a little bit of oil, whatever oil you want to use. Yeah, that's true. I mean, the best way is probably kind of a little hybrid Haywall, where you get the crispy bottom and steamed top. So you don't take in all that extra oil, but you still get a little bit of crispiness. Yeah. Watching the steak, it's popping up. It was a cheap one. I'm going to poke it over. Let's get a little bit more oil under there. We're going to flip it in about 30 seconds. Actually, we're going to flip it now, because that side's starting to burn. But good crisp crust. So we're going to pull it out at 18. Oh, nice. Any big plans, Sarah Baldwin? Um, Learned some from my dad at home. You know, he was in the fire department, so he learned there, and then I learned some tricks of the trade from there. But then graduated college, where meals were made for us in college, so didn't do any cooking there. 33. Um, but then living on my own was pretty much starting from scratch, and every time I would make something, I would have to call my dad and say, hey, how do I do this? But that was in South Carolina, so I started learning a little bit down there. Omit garlic, but I like it haylaw, so I included it. But then I got stationed in Italy, learned a lot there, really started getting passionate about it. Same thing in Japan, then Pittsburgh, yep. Learned, and kept at it, and I'm in Hawaii, so trying to learn a little bit of the local dishes here, and eventually I will start applying that on this channel. But really what I'm trying to do here, Lansing, Michigan, Adam. Yeah, that's not bad, Sarah. That's a great way to spend a birthday. You don't know how great that is until you can't have it. Yeah, I've been really lucky with the places I've lived, and I completely lost my train of thought. But yeah, try to learn something everywhere you've been. Give it another minute, and then we'll get the edges. Yeah, so have been. I mean, it's not all sunshine and roses, but on the overall, it's been a good experience. I would really like to go back to Japan, not during COVID. So all the city stuff was shut down. I love being out doing the nature. I love the onsens. I really love going up into the mountains, the hiking. But the thing I love most about the Japan was the skiing. The skiing was absolutely amazing. Deep snow, had 2 good winters, good snow years, and absolutely loved it. The city stuff, I'm not a city guy. I'm not a big fan of city life. Let's show that off. I have a feeling this one's going to be a little bit more well done than I normally like, but life goes on. We'll see. I mean, I don't really miss Japan that much. Would love to go back and do city things, but I miss Sicily. I loved it. Yeah, I've heard about Korea. I've never been there, though. Favorite place to eat in Japan and Italy, or where I'm at? No, it's just a tri-tip steak. Yeah, I'm a little bit afraid that I've got distracted and overcooked it, and if I did overcook it, it'll be tough as hell, so I would love to someday, Haywa. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong, and I apologize. But someday I will go to Korea. That's on my list. Alright, so we're going to let this rest. And we're going to give it a little bit of a hat so it doesn't get cold, let it get redistributed, and then I'll cut it open to see how badly I overcooked that. But, you know, I'm optimistic. Yes, I do need to cook the sides. I wasn't going to put butter in there, but there's still a good amount of oil in there. So we're just going to throw the broccoli straight in there. Looks like I got some butter that's been on the counter for a couple days, so let's go ahead and throw that in there. I can turn the heat down on that. And then let's give it a little bit of a deglazing. That's rice vinegar. That'll give it a little bit of... How the hell am I going to get gout from beef, you know? Let me get my good spatula. And that, if you put a little bit of acid in there, like that vinegar or lemon juice or whatever, that will scrape all of those little beef bits up into the flavor. The little broccoli will will absorb most of the butter. And then I'm going to put a little bit of soy sauce on it and then mix with butter, and it'll be really good. Soy and butter actually mixes really, really well. Yeah, and just for the record, I got really busy today, so before I started cooking tonight, I only had an apple today. Water, apple, one monster that had 25 calories in it. So yeah, I can eat as much as I want tonight and I'll still be under my 2,000 calorie goal. But that's also why I didn't, cook the whole plate of gyoza, because I could totally house all of that tonight. Here's the soy. And just let that cook down. That'll be good. And this is going to be salty. If you don't like salty, look away. But that butter and that soy will come together nicely. With that little bit of an acid, it'll be good. So plenty of fat in there, plenty of salt. It'll be good. New to live streaming. I've been kind of making terrible cooking videos for quite a while. It kind of started as like a food diary because I would forget what I did and get frustrated. Because like you go on the internet, you Google something, you try a recipe, and you don't know if it's shit or not shit until you try it. Because all what you know is that some asshole wrote it, you Googled it, they said, oh, this is how you did it. And then you try it, and then it's garbage. You try it another time, it's still garbage. And then you try it, and then it's, oh, this was great. And then the next time you're gonna make it, you Google it again, and you can't find the good recipe. I've heard that about apple cider vinegar, and this one's for Granny if he's watching. Apparently, allegedly, that improves is good for male vitality and growth down there. But I don't know if that's true. Hey, yeah, we'll see. But no, I only started live streaming like a month or two ago, so. But thank you for the confidence boost, Adam. I appreciate that. Well, yeah, it's so much easier. You don't have to edit anything. Thank you, Adam. You don't have to do any editing because, you're just streaming it. We'll figure out how to get a microphone to improve the audio and fix my lighting eventually. But, I got a full-time job and that takes priority. Well, it doesn't take a whole lot of effort to set a tripod up and film. That's a tough question, Haywai. Either till I'm 35 or 44. I haven't decided if I'm going to make it a career yet or not. If I make it a career, I can retire at 44. If I finish this assignment off and do something different, then I'll be starting over at 35. But I'll work out. I'm not too worried. Penny, you're not getting any tax paid tonight. Hush. I gotta go give the dogs a treat. But I'm gonna do it in the other room so they'll stop barking in here. Yeah, what a miss. Oh, hell yeah. I mean, I'm still young at 44. Probably not trying to do anything quite as physical as I would at 35, but you know. Yeah, I'm active duty, so. 4 hours at a time? That sounds like Guard or Reserve. They got a good deal. Mm. Mm. These Gyoza are pretty good. Yeah, it all depends like what your skills are, what your degrees in them, but yeah, anyone can get a good job at 44. Alright, see this beautiful steak? Let's trim it up. See how badly I overcooked it. Broccoli's done. We're going to put it on as low as it goes. Alright, let's get all your floaties off of your knife. Then we're going to go at a diagonal against the grain. Oh, baby. No, Penny. Just wait. This is going to be a good one for you. No, go to jail. Alright, I gotta reward them because I told them to. I have a speech impediment too. But I told them to go to jail and they ran to their crates. I gotta reward that. I mean, the goal with the wiener dogs is to have them wait patiently for their treats. But, you know, I got some training to do with them before that. Nina. No. Thank you, Lance. Yeah, let's give this a sample. What's going on, Scooby-Doo? Let's go ahead, slide your knife under just like that. Lay it out just like that. Space it out a little bit. Move your gyoza over. Now your broccoli. Turn that burner off here. Thank you. Not a great cut, but I did a good job with it. And the broccoli. And that's mostly butter and soy, so it's okay if it gets on the gyoza. So that's what that was our night. So I think it plays. Oh, Bracket butter and soy sauce, very good. Tri-tip steak, gyoza, both deep fried and steamed, very good. Had our dipping penny, relax. Uh, General Joe Howard, for a PhD, I would think you would know general starts with a G. I mean, at least I'm not. But dipping sauce for the gyoza was soy sauce, rice vinegar, a little bit of oil, garlic, and chili pepper. Chili powder. It was pretty good. But thank you all for joining. General Joe Howard, Mr. PhD. Just in case you need to tell everybody on YouTube you got a PhD. I figured you were going to tell us anyways. It was nice of you to join. But yes, Bluetooth microphone that would clip on my collar would be nice, and as an upgrade, I'll research it. But thank you all for joining. Hope to see you all tomorrow or the next day. Doc Turd. You're tempting me on that one, but it was good to have you here. Not a real doctor, by the way, just doctor, but not a doctor. You know, we get it. But we're glad you're here, General. Y'all gotta have a nice night. I'm out. Cooking Conspiracy out. Look at this meal. Thanks, team. Shh. Thanks, Haywall. It was great seeing you.